We've seen a strong authentication trust score, and we can now deal with that. So if Martin is a returning customer to my shop and I know it's Martin, I want him to have the best sensational customer experience ever, because obviously that's my differentiator. And what does that look like in the behavioral biometrics world? It kind of looks like that. See, this is Martin and Martin's behavior, and then you see things like, obviously he kind of uses his thumb. He's probably right-handed. You can tell that by the little pictures on the device, and obviously it doesn't look like Martin anymore. So someone else is taking the phone, and obviously the last one is probably left-handed, doing exactly the opposite way. Same thing when we talk about automated attacks, bots, emulators, and how we can detect those. The trust score is probably going to be fairly low, as we saw. And this looks like that. So here, it's a more sophisticated attack where someone is really trying to mimic human behavior. But obviously, it's not quite well thought out because that side of the screen is completely missing, which is just not how a human would typically interact. On the other hand, this is a less sophisticated attack where a bot comes in and he just clicks, swipes on whatever the site tells him to do. But you can tell by the behavior that this and this, it's just very different from what we see up here and from what a human behavior would look like. Again, there may be explanations for that. I mean, we've literally had situations where we have an engagement with a bank, and all of a sudden that type of behavior comes up, and we're like, where's that coming from? Turns out that the developers had programmed a script, and that's the script that we detected in the process, but that's a natural explanation, right? And it's not bad, but it just gives you a way to follow up and to make sure that your environment is safe. Again, we can do good user authentication. We can identify bots on physical devices. And whenever someone is trying to pretend to be a physical device, that's what we call emulators, we can obviously identify that it's typically not a human, and we can block the bots in that space as well. And this is an industry challenge again. Like I said, this is a layer that you may add. It may not be the solution that will solve all your problems. But it's definitely more intelligence that is going to give you the opportunity to treat those users better. And think about it, with PSD2, you are in a situation right now in the banking and e-commerce world where you can probably authenticate, 95, 97% of your good users and give them a better experience. You still have to take care of the 3 to 5% that are left over. But it's much better to do that than to just look at everyone as suspicious and put up hurdles as high as you can, because it's going to destroy customer experience completely. Right. So all of that comes together in a dashboard. We come back with different scores, as you have seen. We also combine that, also customer specific, with different signals. So we, for example, may be able to tell you, it's one device, but you've seen many logins into several different bank accounts. So that's like the crowd intelligence that we can provide. And also in terms of GDPR, we can drill the solution down to a point where we're only using technical data, no PII involved. It's only a technical fingerprint, so you won't ever have any problems with GDPR in that space. So good user authentication, you can detect anomalies, you can keep the bad ones out. All the bad things that you see out here and that I do not want to bore you with, because it's not my intention to scare you. I just want to tell you that there's hope, there's light at the end of the tunnel, and I think behavioral biometrics can be a big portion of that light.